I'm absolutely thrilled to invite onto this Zoom Skye McFarlane. She's been in the business how long, Skye?
30. Oh, in this business? It's coming up 2 years now. Yeah.
2 years now, but how long have you been in the hairdressing business?
30 years.
30, you know, and we look, again, we look at Skye and we go, how are you been in the 30? You don't look old enough. And you know what, if you think our hair's rocking it, look at Skye's. So, I know, and you know, it's just, look at it. You just look like
so long now. I can't believe it.
And people,
it's all mine.
I was going to say, and people would say, yeah, right, she's got extensions in, but you can see how glossy and oh my God, look, we are just
amazing.
It's amazing. So I'm thrilled to thank you, Skye. I can't tell you how grateful we all are to have you on today and to share your story. So just introduce yourself, and I really want to just get a feel for, you know, why you looked at this first start, because I can imagine being a hairdresser, you've got the world and, you know, of products in your doorstep. And what is it that, you know, there's a difference here. We need to really understand what makes this different than the next product. So thank you, Skye.
Hi everyone, thank you so much, Katie. Thanks for having me. As Katie said, I've been in the industry for 30 years, so I have been exposed to and had at my fingertips, you know, some of the best hair care in the world. And so when I first joined LifeVantage, I joined for the activators, and I'd been on the NRF2 and NRF1 for a few months. And at that time, my sister-in-law was going through some treatment, and she lost all of her hair. But in that time as well, in order for her not to lose her hair, she did the cold cap, I think it's called. Katie, you would know. And that process is quite painful, apparently. I haven't been through it myself. And so she did that process so that she wouldn't lose her hair. And unfortunately, she still did, but she also got a very irritated, sensitive scalp. So she came to me asking if there was something on the market that would be good for her to use. So for me, I looked at the TrueScience range and thought, well, it's really low in toxic load. Like, there's nothing. It's a really super clean formula. It's really quite got soothing elements to it with the thyme and the peppermint. And so I was sort of and containing the NRF2. So I suggested she give that a go. So she took the system and she used it for, in the first week, she rang me and said her skin and her scalp was feeling so soothed. And the irritation and the little sort of sores that she had on her scalp, it was really quite, it was great for me to see, because they started to heal and then she started to feel better. We always knew that the hair would grow back. It would take time, and then what we weren't sure of was how good of condition, the type of hair that she would get back, because you can never really tell that. So it started to grow really quickly. So we can get our hands on some photos if you guys would like that at some point. I can put them on the page. And yeah, so it was for me, that was a real eye opener. It sort of made me think, well, there's something to this formula. So I decided myself to try it, and boy, was I blown away by the results. For me, initially, I thought, wow, the bottles aren't that big, and we had the tubes to begin with. It's still 250 ml. And I thought, well, that's not going to last me very long with my long hair. You know what I mean? So I thought, oh gosh. But what I found was it's so concentrated that you only need such a small amount. And as a hairdresser, I know that when we're using things that are really concentrated, just use a small amount, but activate it in your hands. So just using that 20-cent piece size, making sure that you're doing it directly onto the scalp. So not putting it into your hair. You don't need to worry about shampooing down at your lengths. So you're just concentrating on the scalp. That's a really important thing for people. And even doing that process twice, you're still using minimal product. And then with the conditioner, that's so nourishing. And for me, combing that through my mid-lengths and ends first gave them less split ends. It gave it a thicker, fuller appearance. It was stronger, and that's what I've really noticed. I get less hair fall. Even when blow drying, I've got not as much in my brush and not as much on the bathroom floor for me to clean up, which is quite fascinating. And then the scalp serum, and that's really is the thing that sets us apart from everyone else. Besides having things like the NRF2 formulation in the shampoo and conditioner, the scalp serum has the Appy Scalp. So that's a really important part of the range. So it has the Lanatellus, the Appy Scalp. So applying that to the scalp. Sorry, you can never tell when you're doing LifeSafe. Way on the farm, so I've got the trick. So for me, applying this just when you're doing the shampoo, just into any patches that are really sensitive or any parts of the hair that are fine and thinning, directly onto the scalp. And I just do it in little spots, which makes it really easy to apply. So, and there is a little video that I can give you guys as well. So just a little dot like that. I don't know if you can see that. And if you place about 2 centimetres apart, along wherever you need it, and then about 2 centimetres apart across the hair as well, rubbing that directly onto the scalp. And that makes a huge difference. It helps to keep the microflora of the scalp balanced, which is really important. So I think that was the thing that, that kind of sold me, so to speak, Rachel's story, plus the fact that it had such compelling products and the science behind it. So we know that the products work.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I mean, there's a couple of things you said right there. Like, I absolutely don't, you saying the shampoo on your hair, your scalp only.
Yeah.
I'm all down here.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop all that. And I think the other thing is treating. We're treating,
We're treating. Yeah.
And we're healing. It's not just putting on a shampoo to make it beautiful. And, when you're talking about Rachel, I mean, I know that when you've had certain treatments, your hair grows back, usually curlier and frizzier and drier.
Yes.
So how's Rachel's hair now, like after she's been using products?
Yeah, she's got a great head of hair.
Beautiful.
It is really quite beautiful, and it's grown back in all the patches. She was really concerned about the front because she sort of didn't get great growth back there in the beginning. So that's grown back really well. It's soft, it's shiny, manageable. The scalp feels amazing, which is really important for me, that when I'm recommending a product to people, that I know that it is going to make them feel and look different.
Yeah, wow. And that's what we were saying earlier, Skye. It's all about feeling and looking better, especially for us ladies. And the men too. We've really changed a lot of the way they feel with hair growth. And you're absolutely right. What defines us is the scalp serum. And I think a lot of people that they buy the set and they don't actually really know how to use the serum, and it's fiddly, and Kirsten's going to come on and show them properly how to do it. So thank you for showing too. But they think, do I really need that? And then we go back to the flora. The flora. We've got to get the microflora. We're not just washing our hair. We're actually treating our scalps and our bodies because it's absorbing in.
Treating.
Oh, I know. It's so exciting. Anybody else got anything to add?
Yeah. And
well, I was just going to say, Skye, and you mentioned it, Katie Jane, as we get older, we talked about it originally, how a lot of women, when they get older, they tend to go for the much shorter hair because it gets wiry, it gets thin, falls out, and it's just a lot easier to manage. But so have you found with your customers, your ladies who might be, 50 plus, how do they use the products and how are they finding it?
Yeah, look, for me, I always make sure that if I'm recommending the product, they need to be internally activated as well, because that's a major part of it. Another part that sets us apart from everyone else, every other hair care system, is it takes the two-pronged approach, so internal and external. So really important that they are using their NRF2. That's a really big part of my system. So I don't just recommend the hair care, that's the whole system for me, because we can't have healthy hair hormones come into play and our hair starts to lose its luster. We get finer line, it gets brittle and it breaks off. So all of that, that comes into play. So I just make sure that they're using everything, and the results are amazing.
That's awesome.
Everyone's very, and because it lasts so long, it's not, so the serum you'll get, 8 weeks out of at least. The hair care for me, I get, 4 to 6 weeks. I'm not sure about everyone else. Everyone differs. Some people have said to me, oh God, my kids got into it and they went through it so quickly. So, but I think it's just worthwhile saying to people, you just really need a small amount. It's so concentrated.
Yeah.
One of the things I loved about it is both my husband and I were using this, and he's got very thin hair, and he's going a little bit thin on top. But even with the two of us using it, and he was using it every day, and the scalp serum, not only was his hair growing back, and unfortunately I didn't do it before and after, but it did, even with my long hair, it seemed to last way long. I mean, I was totally stunned by how long it actually lasted.
Yeah. I think if you can teach people how to shampoo correctly, that's a big thing, because a lot of people go pour it into their hair and smack it straight on the top of their head and then just start there, which is not really the way to do it. If you've got dry scalp, or you've got issues, or if you wear your hair up a lot, I always recommend giving it a really good brush before you shampoo. So before you even get in the shower, that lifts all the dead skin cells off the scalp, and it shifts it around, so it makes it easier to remove. And then when you're shampooing, you obviously just put a little bit in, activate that product, and then I always go like 1, activate again, 2, 3, and then beneath the back of my hair, and all on the scalp. So it's not just, you don't need to worry about these. That dirt from your, and any sort of build up comes off when it's washing down in the shower. So you need to do that process twice. That gives you a really clean, well-maintained scalp.
Wow.
That's fabulous. I also too love the fact that it worked for my hair, which you can see is thick and long, and my husband's hair that was short and very, very fine.
And it does work for everybody. I say that, it's color safe. It's, it's safe for everyone, for kids. The whole family can use it. It's beneficial for everybody.
Yeah, I've got one in every shower in my house. And I have to tell the children there's no squeezing it out and throwing it all over the bottom of the shower. It's precious. And, it's, we're listening. Isn't it amazing, girls, to just listen to a professional hairdresser who I now have learnt again, something that I didn't know. So
that was just incredible.
Incredible information, Skye. Honestly, thank you. We're so grateful that you've taken this time out. Anything else to add, or you got the conditioner in there?
I just want to give one little tip with the conditioner. When we use this, obviously you use it on damp hair, and then I always put it in mid-lengths and ends first, clip my hair up, and then wash the rest of my body, and then rinse it out. But before I blow dry, I put a little bit in my ends.
Oh, wow.
It's really great as an ends sort of serum, and leave that in and blow dry it in.
Oh, is there another?
Yeah, so that turns. You don't need a lot, and it's just sort of before you blow dry, just doing that.
Yeah,
really keeps to help.
See, it's
another little tip.
Another hack. Oh my God. You've been amazing, Skye. Thank you. Have a beautiful weekend. We are very, honestly, we're so grateful, aren't we, girls, that you came.
Absolutely.
Are we doing another prize giveaway?
Oh, yes. Kirsten, you haven't spoken. She's sitting there looking angelic.
I'm just taking it all in, and I'm just learning lots. Actually, I wanted to ask Skye quickly.
Yep.
I think it's worth mentioning to people that our shampoo is a bit runnier than normal shampoos. Could you maybe just touch briefly on why that might be, and how people can best use it? I think that might be a helpful tip for people, and then I'll get some prizes.
Yeah, so for me, when I first saw the product, because someone said to me, and we had it in the tubes initially, and this is the new packaging, which is easier to use, I've got to say. you know, if you didn't close the lid properly, potentially it could run out, things like that. It's a very, very liquid formula, and that's because there's nothing nasty in there. So they don't use any sort of binders and fillers and things like that. So it's just a very, very viscous formula. Sorry, can you hear my dog? He's having a little whinge in the background. So it's very runny. So I just say to them, just when you flip the top open, you just tilt it onto your hand and let it run a small amount. Yeah. And then so far, honestly, you don't need to tip it up and go, squeeze. Just as small amount is more than enough.
I loved how you said you activate it.
Mm.
So you know, thought to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, because I think we quite often we just put it in our hand and then just go like that.
Yeah, we do. That's what I do.
Yeah, me too. But you be mindful, like if when we're applying our facial cleanser and things like that, you wouldn't just go in one spot. So you go like that and you put it, and But with this, sort of spreading that 20-cent piece out into your hands and activating it, and then moving it around, it gives you sort of more to play with. Yeah.
Gosh, white hair's going to go to next level, isn't it?
That's mine.
You think we look good now? Just wait.
Concentrate on the scalp with the shampoo. That's all I say.
Okay.
Well, thank you, Skye. Have a beautiful
Thank you, Skye.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Skye.
Bye.
Bye.